3.
It looked extremely rocky for the Mudville Nine that day. The score was 2-4, but with one inning left to play. So when Cooney died at second, the Burrows did the same. And a paler raft the features of the patrons of that game.
A straining few got up, leaving from the rest, the hope that eternal springs from the human breast. So they thought if Casey could get a whack like that. So put your money up now with Casey at the bat.
But Flynn preceded Casey.
And likewise so did Blake.
And the former was a putting.
And the latter was fake.
So the stricken multitude with death-like silence sat.
For there was little chance of Casey getting to bat.
But Flynn let a fly the singer wouldn't admit at all. And Blakely despised toward the cover off that ball.
When the dust had settled, they saw what had occurred. Blakely safe at second and Flynn a hugging third.
So, from the gladdened multitude went up a joyous yell. It rumbled in the mountaintops and rattled in the dell. It struck upon the hillside and rebounded on the flat. For Casey, mighty Casey, was advancing at bat.
There's ease in Casey's manner as he stepped onto his place. There's pride in Casey's bearing and a smile on his face. When responding to the crowd, he lightly doffed his hat. For no stranger in the crowd could doubt 'twas Casey at the bat.
And 10,000 eyes were upon him as he rubbed his hands with dirt, and 5,000 tongues applauded as he wiped them with his shirt. And when the Wraith pitcher ground the ball into his hip, Defiance glanced Casey's eye, and a sneer curled Casey's lip. Now the leather spearhead flew through in the air, and Casey stood watching it, lightly, haughtily glander there. Close by the sturdy batman stood, the ball heated sped. That ate my style, Casey said. Strike one,
The umpire said.
And
from
the benches black with people went up when a rumbled roar. It was like a beating of the storm in a distant shore.
Kill him! Kill the umpire! Someone shouted from the stands. If likely they would have killed him had not Casey raised his hand.
For Casey's vide shone, and
he stilled the rising tumult.
A tumult roar. The bay was shone, for he signaled the pitcher, and once more the spheroid flew, and Casey ignored it, and the umpire said,
Strike two! Fraud! Cried maddened thousands, and an echo answered,
Fraud!
But one scornful look from Casey and the audience was awed.
He saw his face grow stern and cold. He saw his muscles strain, and they knew that Casey would not let that ball go by again.
The sneer is off of Casey's lips. His teeth are clenched in hate. He pounds with vengeance with his bat upon the plate.
And now the pitcher holds the ball, and now he lets it go. And now the air is shattered by the force of Casey's blow.
Somewhere in this favored land, the sun is shining bright.
And somewhere the band is playing, and somewhere hearts are light.
And somewhere men are laughing.
And somewhere children shout.
But there's no joy in Mudville.
Mighty Casey has struck out.